Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk a little bit about salt and why I'm only using salt to season my food, at least to start off, because recently I have started adding back some spices and I'll talk a little bit more about that. But I want to just share why I mainly started to use just salt. Well, first of all, that is how they recommend the animal-based like carnivore. They just use salt. Obviously, especially if you use the good salts, you're getting the minerals that the salt brings. It's really good for you. But in my experience, it has also been because it's like when you do this diet, it's like the ultimate elimination diet, and you're really just trying to figure out what works best for you. What does your body react to? And so it just helps you to like know what makes you feel your best. A few weeks ago, for the first time ever, I used like a taco seasoning from the Siete brand, and it was the only thing I did different. I had the same meats, the same smoothie in the morning, like everything was the same, but I used that spice, like the taco seasonings, and it tore up my stomach. I was gassy right away, like all my symptoms were there. And I'm like, look at that. I never would have thought, like maybe in the past, I would have been like, oh, you see what happens when I eat ground beef. You know, I would have never thought that the spices could have given me that reaction. And so that's why we just use the salt, because salt kind of just puts you at like ground zero to like really know what works for your body. It's delicious, obviously, and it's really all you need when you're cooking beef. Recently, I added back my adobo. I love adobo, and I've started to use thyme and just like some green onion. And so far, you know, I haven't had any reaction. And I think that every body is different. And so you just have to find like what works for you. But that is why we only use salt in the beginning. And it's so interesting because I never thought that the spices I was using were causing me any damage, but turns out they were. Okay, so definitely when you're starting off an animal-based diet, you only want to use salt. And that's how you're going to be able to get to the bottom of what makes you feel your best. I recommend the Redmond salt. It seems like everyone uses the Redmond salts, but I've been using them for years, way before this. And it's just a good salt. It has like the little minerals. You can see, check this out. See, look at all those minerals in there. And it's not bleached. And it has everything that you need. It's just good stuff. I'm filming this later and I lost my voice, but I just wanted to show you some spices that I have introduced back that work perfectly fine for my stomach. I get no reaction. If you're Cuban, you have to cook with adobo. I've been using cumin for like my guac, garlic powder, onion powder, oregano, dill. I do some cucumber with dill, olive oil, and lemon. White pepper I tend to do okay with. Black pepper, not so much. And then curry powder for my curries. So these are the spices that I have introduced back and I do pretty good with. Anyways, I'd love to hear from you on what spices you've been implementing. Are you just using salt? What have been your reactions? Let me know in the comments below. Bye-bye.